The head of the FBI is warning the terrorist threat facing the U.S. is more worrisome than it was a decade ago. James Comey made those remarks Monday at Fordham University. Our Michael Scotto has the story.
As U.S. military forces actively try to destroy extremist groups in Iraq and Syria, the head of the FBI warns the risk of a terrorist attack domestically remains a big concern for law enforcement groups.
The threat today is very different than when I left it in 2005, and in some ways more worrisome.
James Comey made the remarks at Fordham University Monday morning. He says he is most concerned about terrorist groups taking advantage of lawlessness in Iraq and Syria. People like that gunman who opened fire in Canada last month, who used the internet to self-radicalize. And Americans who are traveling to Syria to fight alongside militant groups like the Islamic State.
The challenge of the traveler phenomenon is there's no typical profile. As best we've been able to determine it, the common feature is they're troubled souls who are seeking some sort of meaning in their life.
The other big concern for Comey involves technology. That's because companies like Apple and Google are now making it impossible for law enforcement officials to access the smartphones of suspected criminals. Those companies are now fully encrypting their devices in response to public concerns that the government is collecting information on Americans.
The notion that the marketplace would create a closet that can't ever be opened, or a smartphone device that can't ever be opened, even with a properly obtained court order, is one that doesn't make any sense to me.
Comey says he is in conversations with both Apple and Google. He fears if those companies don't change their policies, it will become more difficult to stop potential terrorists. In Manhattan, Michael Scotto,